Hi, thank you for joining us. My name is O.S. Owen, and I'm with the AARP Foundation. And today we have Greg Brown, our branch director of the AARP Foundation, joining us. But before we go any further, you can reach us at 312-660-8665. We are the AARP Foundation Experience Court, 312-660-8665. Greg, thank you for joining us, sir. How are you today?
I'm well, OS. Everything is great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for making time to join us in your busy day. So I just want to get right to it. What is the mission of the AARP Foundation Experience Corps, and what do they do?
The AARP Foundation Experience Corps, we are a tutoring program in the Chicagoland area. We recruit and engage folks over the age of 50. We train them to help children, kindergarten through third grade, become better readers. We try to put our tutors in a position where they thrive as tutors, and they're able to help the community as well as fulfill their sense of purpose in helping children. And the whole mission of the movement is to get those kindergarten through third grade students on reading level by the end of third grade.
So why third grade? I mean, what's the magic between kindergarten and third grade?
Well, there are certain indicators that we have in education, and that's one of the first indicators. If a student is reading on grade level by the end of third grade, then it increases their chances of succeeding in 8th and 9th grade, which then increases their chances of graduating high school and persisting through college. So this is one of the first hurdles that our young scholars have to get over if they want to have a successful academic career, and then that would lead into a productive work career beyond that.
Okay, I see. Well, how many schools is the program in, and where are they located?
Well, we're proud to say that in Chicago we have 27 schools throughout the Chicagoland area. We have schools in Englewood, Auburn Gresham, the Bronzeville area. We have schools out on the west side in North Lawndale, as well as on the near north side. And then we have schools also sprinkled throughout the communities in Chicago. So we pretty much cover the whole city. And we're also looking for more schools and more opportunities for our volunteers to come in and help schools all over the city.
Okay, so let me get this right. The west side, the south side, and the north side. So we cover the whole entire Chicago area.
Yes, we have public CPS schools. We have a few charter schools. And so this year we also have an after-school program. So there are several components to the program, and we try to keep it flexible so that we can meet tutors either in their community or where they would really like to serve throughout the city.
Okay, so tell our readers, what's the impact on the students?
Well, and that becomes sort of the focus of the program, is to get those students on grade level reading by the end of third grade. So that's an easy measure for us. What we do is we look at the students' scores at the beginning of the school year, at the middle of the school year, and at the end of the school year. The impact on the students is that we see about half the students we serve about 1,600 students a year. So about 800 of those students reach grade level reading during the school year. The other half of those students show significant improvement in reading and reading proficiency. And so, OS, we're talking about students that are a year to a year and a half behind in reading. And these are young students. They're kindergarten, first grade, second grade. So if you can imagine, these students, they come into the school year with some unique challenges in terms of the building blocks of their reading skill. Our volunteers, along with some great teachers out there, we're able to help move those students to grade level, or at least put them on a path where they're trending and in the right direction with some momentum.
Okay, so you've described the impact on the students. Now, what's the impact on the volunteers?
I think that's one of the special parts of our program, is that when you put the tutors who are over 50 with these young students, kindergarten through third grade, that's sort of where the magic happens. You see, we have volunteers that they report that their mental and physical ability increase. They also say that, this gives them a great way to help the community, to fulfill their sense of purpose. And then I often like to say that if you're tutoring or teaching these young people, the street goes both ways. So we see our volunteers also building new skill sets as they move forward as tutors and work with these students. They're building technological skill sets, so they're learning to work with iPads and some of the technology in and around classrooms. They're learning new transportation routes. The students are teaching them new words, and they're teaching the students new words. So there's a lot of growth that happens there. And then not to discount the teachers and the principals and the people in and around the schools. Our tutors are exposed to those folks also, and they learn from them.
So we've got people who are over 50,
Yes.
who've had successful careers, who've raised families, and now they're coming into the schools as volunteer tutors and mentors, teaching kindergartners to first year through third graders how to read and how to build their self-confidence.
They're bringing a wealth of knowledge with them. We're called Experience Corps because they bring a wealth of experience with them. And one thing about the community is you don't want that knowledge and those experiences to get lost. You want them to be passed on to the next generation. And I'll say this, that about half of our tutors are former teachers or they've been in and around education. And so they also become mentors and friends and peers of the teachers that they work with.
So you don't have to be a teacher. You said former teacher. So you can come from all walks of life to do this program.
And let me correct that. Not former teachers, because no teacher is ever former.
Right.
Once a teacher, always
a teacher,
right?
Yeah.
So these are people that formerly retired from the CPS system. And so, yes, about half of our tutors are, but you don't have to be a teacher or a principal or anything like that to participate in this program. We have people from all demographics, from all walks of life, former engineers, former cooks, folks that were, just raising their children and managing their household, that, their children are grown and gone now, so they're looking for ways to still give back.
Okay, we have a caller. Let's see. Caller on the line. Caller, are you there? Okay, well, we'll come back. So these students are the best recipients of all of this knowledge. That's fantastic. So you talked about the impact on the students, on the volunteers. Now let's talk about the impact in the classroom. I think we've got a caller again. Caller, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, good. You guys are hitting it. I mean, you are killing it, and I'm one of the volunteers, and I really enjoy the program and what I'm seeing, and I can certainly see the progress. So I would invite anybody who's watching today to get in contact with you and try to sign up for this program. It is so fulfilling.
That's awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, we can be reached at 312-660-8665. You can go to our website at www.aarp.org/experiencecorps, and you can email us at ecchicago@aarp.org for more information on becoming a volunteer with the AARP Foundation. Now, let's get back. So what's the impact on the classroom? I mean, we talked about the students, talked about the volunteers, but give me the real nuts and bolts here about the classroom.
Yeah. If you think about the modern classroom now, it is often noisy. It's often technology driven. There's a lot going on in classrooms nowadays. But one thing that we hear about often is student behavior. So when a student has a tutor, and these tutors are also mentors, what we hear from our teachers through our surveys is that the student behavior improves. How does it improve? Teachers report back to us that these students have better concentration in the classroom. They have better participation. We have some students in the beginning of the school year that won't even raise their hand. But by the end of the school year, they've worked with the tutor. The tutor has helped build up their confidence that they're now participating in spelling bees and things like that. So there is an impact on that classroom behavior. We also look at student attendance. The students that we work with, their attendance increase. And then there's a reduction in their disruptive behavior. So overall, there is a impact on the culture and climate of that classroom.
Okay, so let me say this. I mean, this program, where did it come from? And it just appeared. I mean, what was the need for bringing these seniors together to tutor these young people?
Yeah, you would think that this would be automatic. Like this program should always be in place.
Yeah.
But we've only been in Chicago since 2013.
Okay.
The AARP Foundation is a nationwide program, and so we're in 23 other sites around the country, with Chicago being one of the largest programs. So it started on the East Coast, but it's thriving here in the Midwest and Chicago.
Okay, we have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. Could you go to the website that you guys were talking about? I think it's aarp.org experience, and bring up the website, because I just want to see how you navigate through it.
Okay, well, I can't bring up the website here, but if...
Oh, okay. I thought you could bring up the website.
No, I can't bring it up here. However, if you go to www.aarp.org/experiencecorps, it'll walk you through it, and you can feel free to give us a call at 312-660-8665, and we can go into greater detail, tell you about the program and why you should volunteer with us.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. All right, now, so as you were saying, it should be automatic, and now this program has become more than a program. It's become a movement.
Yes.
And tell me about how is it happening here in Chicago, and what's the criteria to become a volunteer?
So it is a movement, and we think of our tutors and our mentors as a community of advocates for these students. They form social networks. They train together. They work together as teams in the school. Each school has a team leader. So there's a lot of support that our tutors have, and there's a lot of interaction that they have. So that's why we call it a movement. That's why we call it a community, and I would even say an extended family that we have. Now, what are the criteria? So I'll get to the easy part first. We look to engage and recruit people over the age of 50.
And you have to be 50.
You have to be 50 by the time you step in that school door, yes.
Okay, so I can be 49 and a half, having a birthday before school year, and I'm ready to go.
That's right.
Okay.
So over the age of 50, we ask that our tutors and mentors have a high school diploma or a GED.
Okay.
We ask that they commit to 2 days a week working with their students for about 2 hours a day.
So 2 hours a day, 2 days a week, and the hours are normally...
Well, we're an in-school tutoring program, so you will, so anyone that's interested, you will be in the school during the school day, during the reading block, and it's usually in the morning. But like I say, we also have an after-school program also.
Okay, once again, we can be reached at 312-660-8665. Our email address is www.aarp.org Experience Corps, and you can email us for more information or give us a call. Now, Greg, let me ask you this.
And there was a little bit more to the criteria.
Okay.
So just to reiterate, over the age of 50, with a high school diploma or a GED, being able to commit to the program for 2 days a week, 2 hours a day, and also be able to pass the background check.
Okay.
And be able to commit to 3 trainings that we give each year, and those trainings are done to help sharpen the skill set of the tutor.
Okay, okay. And once again, it's 2 days a week, 2 hours and a half days for the entire school year.
Yeah, from October to May. So, you know, OS, the great thing about the program, this is not a one-off program. Our tutors and our students and their teachers, they form bonds and they form relationships.
Okay.
And so from October to May, they really become close during that time. And that's where the mentoring part comes in.
Okay, well, I brought up our website, and if you're interested, you can find Experience Corps in your city. It's an interactive website here, and volunteering can make a difference in a child's life. If you're out there and you really want to make a difference and spend your time in assisting and helping a child,
Or know someone.
or know someone,
Yeah.
that's right. You don't have to know to participate in order to promote the program. Please take a few minutes and go to the website and look around to see what's available here. 50 and older, high school diploma, pass our background check, the literacy screening, attend required training, and you can make a difference in a child's life. The question is, how are you spending your time? Are you spending your time changing the world? Are you spending your time enhancing young children's lives? You can share your life's experience. You can share your knowledge. You've raised successful families. And now you can be that tutor and that guide in teaching young children on how to read.
And OS, I would add one bullet to that criteria, and that is, have a commitment, have a desire to want to help students in and around Chicago, to want to help the school, to want to help the community. And through that, I think that's how we help improve our entire city.
And you have to have a love of children and understand the value and the power of reading.
Yes.
Can you imagine if we couldn't read? Can you imagine life without reading?
It's a knowledge-based society that we're in. And just think about everything from reading a referendum on a voting ballot, or reading a prescription that the doctor has given you, or reading a letter that comes in the mail that pertains to your home, right? All of those things can have a significant impact on a person and a family, and we want our children to grow to be proficient readers in a knowledge-based economy, to give them the best chance of being successful in the future.
And the more you read, the more you lead. The more you lead, the more you read. And reading allows you to time travel, to visit other places without even leaving your chair, to expand that horizon. Now, what are some of the volunteer opportunities available, Greg?
So this year we have 27 schools throughout the city. They're on the southeast side, they're in the mid-south side area. We have schools on the west side and the near west side. We have schools on the north side and the near north side. We have schools as far out as the southeast side in Hedgewich, which is on the border of Indiana. So our volunteer opportunities are far and wide. We also have an after-school program for those that can't commit to volunteering during the school day. And those are some of the opportunities. We try to make this a user-friendly program, so our trainings are spread out evenly throughout the school year. We bring in guest speakers and experts to help people become better tutors.
Okay.
And then we also, try to give, we also do give travel stipends to our volunteers to make this as easy as possible. You shouldn't have to come out of your pocket to volunteer.
That's right.
And so at least the stipend will cover the transportation. And we have a lot of fun too. I mean, we have different events throughout the year that are associated with the AARP and the AARP Foundation that give people a chance to come out and experience different neighborhoods in the city, whether it's a coffee shop, whether it's a movie for grown-ups, whether it's some type of one of the fests that we have, like the African Fest or the Literacy Fest. So we try to give our volunteers an opportunity to be exposed to a wide range of things in and around the city.
And social engagement to avoid isolation. I mean, that's so important in our community, and I think it's more so with men than it is with women.
Sure.
We find ourselves isolated. If you're not a member of a fraternity or a sorority or didn't have a strong church home, you can find yourself all alone. And this gives you a chance to come out, meet new people, get involved, and use your life skills. Can you imagine if you could put what's in your head into a child's head, how powerful that is? Real quick, we've got a few minutes left. Share some of the success stories. But once again, I want you to go to that website and see how you can find something that's going to be interesting to you in volunteering with the AARP Foundation Experience Corps. As you can see, we're in 23 cities throughout the United States, and we're here in Chicago. And if I'm not mistaken, Chicago is leading the charge. Is that correct?
Yes, Chicago is the fastest growing program in the country. One quick success story. One of our tutors was working with a student in the 3rd grade. This student had been identified as being disruptive and a problem student in the classroom. After working with our tutor the entire year, This student entered the spelling bee and won his grade level in the spelling bee. So it just shows how significant having a tutor and a mentor can be to a child's confidence.
Excellent. Well, give me a success story from a volunteer. I mean, what are some of the reasons that people come and volunteer, and what do they walk away with?
Sure. One of my favorite stories is we have a long-serving volunteer. She's been with our program, I would say, 5 years now. And this volunteer, she worked in corporate America her entire career. And when she retired, she told me, she said, Greg, you know, I have this wonderful wardrobe. And now that when I retired, I didn't know what to do with myself. I had no reason to get dressed up. Be myself again, to get sharp, to put on my clothes, to go up to the school and meet with my students and mentor them and tutor them. And so she's back to herself. She's better now. And that's one of my favorite stories. But we have 160 volunteers. There's 160 different stories from all across the program.
And it's important to be needed, the need to be needed.
Absolutely.
And we as volunteers, we as older adults need to be needed. Now tell me, is it still too late to volunteer since school has already started? If someone was interested,
no,
can they still get in?
No, our volunteer recruitment it's on a rolling basis. When you're ready and you're ready to meet the challenge of tutoring and mentoring a student, please get in touch with us. We will set you up with the next training or the next event that we have lined up, and we'll get you ready for the next school year if we can't get you in this school year.
Okay, so there, once again, please feel free to give us a call at 312-660-8665. We can be reached at www.aarp.org/experience course for more information. We do have an active website that you can go to and look around and see what you can see and find out more about us and the impact that this program is having and the impact that you can have on this program as well. Now, real quick, Greg. The greatest benefits, wrap it up for me, the greatest benefits that this program has to offer to the city of Chicago is?
What Experience Corp has to offer to the city of Chicago is the spirit of Chicago itself. That is, we are a city of communities, and Experience Corp is a community. We're talking about people over the age of 50 that can mentor children, kindergarten through third grade. But let's not forget about the teacher. Let's not forget about the principal. Let's not forget about the parent. So in that spectrum, you have a broad range of intergenerational connection between people, all focused around helping this child be successful in their academic career.
So with that type of motivation and inspiration, there's no reason why a child should not be at grade level, wherever grade they are, whether it's the first grade, second grade, or the third grade. And if you are interested in volunteering once again with the AARP Foundation, please feel free to give us a call at 312-660-8665. Our website is www.aarp.org/experience corps. It's not too late, and you still have time and opportunity to volunteer. We want to share our big thanks to you, to Greg, for the wonderful work and job that you guys are doing at AARP Experience Corps. And I understand that a lot of this comes under your watch. Your passion, your commitment to service is outstanding, is notable, and I believe that our families that are being served by this program are forever grateful. Now, real quick, we're wrapping this up. What would be the value of these tutors in our schools? I mean, an average tutor runs about, what, 50 to 75 bucks, and you've got over how many hours of volunteer and tutoring time?
Sure. In Chicago, our volunteers give back about 20,000 hours of service. So if you could imagine, that's over $1 million in return to the public schools here. Although that's not the point. The point is that even if we just serve one child, we want to get that child on the right path. And, while I'm at it, let me just give a shout out to the team that I work with. They're very dedicated and excellent. And they were doing a lot of this work even before I came into the program. So with that, OS, thank you. And Chicago, I look forward to seeing you all at the training and in the program.
Well, we want to thank you for your time, sir. We greatly appreciate it. Once again, Chicago, we're here to serve you. Feel free to reach out to us if you want to volunteer or even find out more about us at 312-660-8665. 312-660-8665, www.aarp.org/experience course. And we are happy to be here for you. Have a great day.